Hello and welcome to Empire Rugby League, the Western Front Edition, the podcast where we talk everything local WA Rugby League. A slight change to the lineup this week with Morgs unfortunately unavailable for selection due to a family matter. So I'm a bear and I'll be doing my best to try and get Sweeney and Beer Triks going as we talk about the local WA finals. Sweeney, Beer Triks, how are we?
Good mate, excited for this. Plenty happening in the local rugby league world over the weekend.
Yeah, well, you boys are trying to fill me in pre-show, but let's jump into it. I'm blind, so I've got no idea what's going on. Rightio, so it says here on the sheet that it was the last round of senior competition over the weekend, so let's run through some results. Sweeney, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll jump in with the women's league tag. So we had Ellenbrook 50 over Mandurah 0, South Perth 28 over Willagee 4, Kwinana 16 over North Beach 14. Alkimos and Fremantle had a draw at 8 apiece, with Joondalup having the bye.
And in third grade, we had Ellenbrook 22 over Rockingham 18, Willagee 32 over Kwinana 14, South Perth 68 over Mandurah 6, Kalamunda 42 over North Beach 6, and Alkimos and Fremantle was a draw from Fremantle.
Then on to the Val Murphy, we had Ellenbrook 44 over Rockingham 16, South Perth 30 over Willagee 10, Kalamunda 40 over Joondalup 0, Kwinana's 28 over North Beach 14, and Fremantle 20 over Alkimos 18.
And in the women's premiership, we had Willagee 70 over Kalamunda 0, and the live stream game, Ellenbrook got up 46 over Joondalup 8, with Fremantle having the bye.
Fantastic, boys. No men's premiership? Let's go there.
No, that was a full round bye for men's premiership.
Oh, rest week before the final start.
Yeah.
Nice.
So plenty of opportunity for the boys to either be rested or fill out the ranks down in reserve grade and third grade.
There was no funny buys through the year like there was throughout the other grades. So
funny buys, yeah.
Give them a little rest up before the finals.
Fair enough. Rightio, well, let's keep on rolling. And we had the first round of junior finals on the weekend too. So I believe qualifying and elimination finals. So, Sweeney, you want to kick us off there as well?
Yeah, so in our girls' league tag, our qualifying final results were Alkimos Orange 16 over Fremantle 4. Then we had South Perth 18 over Kwinana 10. So that's the end of Kwinana's GLT season. Massive congratulations for the girls for making the finals in 2025.
And in the 13s boys, in the qualifying final, we had Willagee 22 over Rockingham 8. That was a pretty good game of footy. Rockingham scored first and made Willagee earn it, but they're a really good footy team. So not surprised by the result there in the end. And in the elimination final, we had Ellenbrook 24 over Kwinana 18. And that brings an end to the Kwinana 13 boys season, but a massive congratulations for them making the finals. It just wasn't their day. They didn't play too well to the conditions, in the windy conditions down there at Franklin Offshore Stadium.
It's always a great equaliser down at Franklin Offshore.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
In the under-14s girls, we had the qualifying final saw Willagee 26 over Fremantle 14. In the elimination final, we had Kwinana with 30 over Ellenbrook 4. So that sees the end of Ellenbrook for the 14s girls. But again, a massive congratulations for those girls making the finals in 2025.
Oh, that's me. Okay, sorry, boys. Under 14s boys, in the qualifying final, Kwinana 36 over Kalamunda 14. So Kwinana straight through to the grand final. And in the elimination final, Ellenbrook 16 over Alkimos 10, which unfortunately means that's the end of Ellenbrook's under 14. Oh no, hang on, let me read this properly, boys. It means, that's Ellenbrook's first win over Alkimos this year. So they've met a few times during the season and got the win when it mattered most. So it's the end of the Alkimos 14 boys. But again, massive congratulations to the 14s boys for making the finals in 2025.
Yeah, moving on to our under 15s boys. Our qualifying finals saw Alkimos beat Willagee 26-22. In the elimination final, we saw Kalamunda beat Rockingham 26-10. that's the end, Rockingham and the 15s boys. But again, a massive congratulations for those lads making finals in 2025.
And in the 17s boys in the qualifying final in a golden point thriller, it was Rockingham straight through to the grand final 28 with a 28-point win over Ellenbrook 24. So a golden try there. And in the elimination final, Alkimos far too good, 42 over Fremantle 6, bringing an end to the Fremantle season for the boys. But as we've said through the whole podcast, congratulations on making it there. So well done, boys.
Absolutely, and boys, any of those games stand out to you on the day? I know Beer Triks, you were down there most of the day, obviously fulfilling an official role at one stage.
Well, the first standout was the condition of the field. The Rockingham Council's done a beautiful job down there. I've never seen the field look so good at this time of year, especially given all the weather that we've had. The crowd down there was massive all day, and they were all well behaved. It was good to see. It was a good atmosphere down there. Lots of cheering for all the kids down there, so it was really good for them. But the game of the day would have been the 17s boys Golden Point thriller. I wasn't there to watch it, but from everything I've heard, Rockingham faced a bit of adversity through the game with a few players going down, and Ellenbrook really took it to them. And yeah, any final that goes down to a Golden Point thriller is going to be a great game of footy.
Oh, absolutely, and it's really nice to see that the deciding points were a try, and we didn't have a NRL style shootout for field goals.
Mind you, given the wind down there on Sunday, I don't think I would have been like to shoot for a field goal too often.
Fair enough.
Look, with Rockingham doing that, so the under-17s boys are the minor premiers, and now they've gone straight through to the grand final. This bodes really, really well for Rockingham, having these boys come up. We spoke all year about the senior grades blooding their younger guys. This shows that they're doing a really good job down there at keeping their boys going, and look like they have a really good future of players coming through.
Well, I think Beer Triks touched on that now on maybe episode here a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. Yep. I was listening back to one of your episodes, boys, and Beer Triks, you were saying that the current debutants for the 2025 season into the Rockingham seniors were actually the previous under-17 boys grand final winners.
Yes, yep. Yeah, a lot of the boys that come through and debuted this year were part of that grand final winning team last year for the 17s. But if you look through all the junior age groups, there's a good mixture of clubs that are on the way up.
Yeah.
Like Kalamunda featuring a lot, Ellenbrook featuring a lot. It's good to see Alkimos featuring in a lot. These are all teams that we'd like to see pushing in the first grade in the next few years. And with all these junior sides doing really well, making the finals, it's a good pedestal, I suppose, for them to jump
it's a great little launching point. Anything else for those finals games, boys, or
no? Just looking forward to the next round of finals.
I was going to say there should be another one coming up this weekend. I think we'll get to that in a little bit. But I have here on the sheet, here we go, senior finals start. So obviously with the end of round 17, those results are all locked in and has given the ladder a chance to settle. And we're on to the finals now. So I believe all senior grade finals are run off a top four format as well, with first v second playing the qualifying final, and the winner of that obviously straight through to the grand final. And then third and fourth will play the elimination final, where the loser of that is planning Mad Monday, or I don't know, are you allowed to do that anymore?
Oh, yes, you are.
Keep the phones away, boys.
I was going to say,
boys and girls, keep the phones.
Just leave the phones in the box at the door, and whatever happens in the room, have fun.
Let's just put an underline on that first sentence there, that all senior grades are run on a top four format, because our co-host, who's unfortunately not here this week, give us a bit of a bum steer through the season and led us to believe that the women's premiership was going to be a top three sort of system, as it had been previously when it was only a 4-team competition. But we've since been informed that it's actually going to be a top four, which is great because that'll align with all the other senior grades.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll have women's tackle rugby league every weekend of the finals as well. But I don't know if we can be too harsh on Morgs there. He's only a short bloke. Information filters down a little bit.
A very different level for him.
great to, sorry, Morgs.
But in Morgs' defence, it had been mentioned on the commentary through the women's games through the season as well. So,
yes, that's right.
He's not the only one that was confused.
As we're recording a little bit earlier than normal, I'm not sure if we have the venues and everything locked in, but we'll get to that as we roll on through.
We do. They have landed.
Excellent. Yep.
Fantastic.
Not all that long ago, so we can add them in as we go.
Fantastic. Alrighty. Now we'll kick it off with the women's league tag, and I believe there's a little bit of information to come out with this. So stick with me, guys. I'm just going to be reading off the script here. So, like I said, I've got no idea what you boys are on about each week, so I just listen in for the banter and the fun. So anyway, women's league tag. Just to clarify for those that are confused by the recent changes to the women's league tag competition. Mandurah Storm have been removed from the competition following their third forfeit after round 13. Now, we are led to believe that communication between all other clubs in the competition and the governing body have been ongoing since then. And given the uncompetitive nature of the removed team and the way the draw has fallen, a decision was made to amend all fixtures involving Mandurah Storm to a 50-0 loss on Mandurah Storm's behalf. So every team that played them will record a score of 50-0, just to get the most fair way of adjusting the for and against for the remaining teams in the competition. Now, because of this, due to this adjustment and the draw, the teams that have finished 4th and 5th, so I believe that is Joondalup Giants and Kwinana Titans.
Yeah, correct.
They are now on the same number of competition points. However, Joondalup has only had the one bye throughout the year, whereas every other team has had 2. Now, I'm not sure how that happens, but that's fine. That's bye and bye. And Kwinana have only managed to play Mandurah once during the entire season, while every other team was able to play them twice. So we have a situation where one team's probably missing the points from a bye, the competition points from a bye, and another team's been disadvantaged by not playing the uncompetitive team and boosting their for and against more than once. So to settle this the fairest way possible, it was decided that a playoff game will be done to determine the outcome of 4th place. Now, that playoff game, as far as my information here in front of me, boys, it's a playoff for 4th spot. It is happening this Wednesday night, the 20th of August. I believe kickoff is 6:30 p.m. At George Burnett Park in Carrara. I believe that's the South Perth Lions home. Am I right there?
Yeah, that's
right.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet. Yep. And it is obviously Joondalup Giants versus the Kwinana Titans. So the full outlay of the women's league tag finals won't be known until the end of that game.
Yeah, that's right.
What are your thoughts on this one, boys? Just quickly.
Well, if you're a Kwinana Titans girl, you're grateful that you get to have another crack to get into the top 4 and play in the finals.
Yep.
And if you're Joondalup, you're thinking the other way and you're a bit peed off, especially because a lot of the Joondalup tag girls also play tackle as well. So essentially, if they win, they'd be playing Wednesday, Friday, and backing up again on Saturday. So
3 games in the space of 4 days.
Yeah,
that's a bit rough.
So
undoubtedly training on Thursday as well. So
undoubtedly training on Thursday as well, and then
look, I think the fairest part of it has been that they've moved it to a more neutral location. My original information I got was that it was to be held in Joondalup. So this move for them to go back to a neutral location.
Joondalup or Ellenbrook?
Joondalup, as far as I know, because
okay.
it was supposed to be Joondalup. It's Joondalup versus Kwinana, so they were going to hold it up there.
Okay.
So they've happily reached an agreement with a neutral club to allow the distance travelled for both teams, especially at that time of the week, that time of the day in a weekday. A lot of the ladies that are playing are mums and got kids to get to, and so that's pretty good. I guess, look, a little bit of confusion is sort of what I've heard. That's kind of what the feedback I've gotten from people in the community. But by and by, it's more or less the fairest way to go right now. And I think to echo Beer Triks as well, Kwinana, you're going to be stoked to have another crack at it. But I guess if Joondalup don't get the victory on Wednesday, you'd probably be a little bit dirty going that by the points and by the way the table has been, that essentially is your spot. Why are we fighting again for it? So,
yeah, it is. It's a bit of a headache. It's just going off the things that I've seen on social media around the decision that's being made. I think it's good to see everyone out there having an opinion. Everyone's having a differing opinion, and people are not going at each other and arguing against each other online. They're all mutually disappointed whichever way they're looking at it, which has been good. So it's good to see that that's all good. But I don't know. It's without looking at the table in front of me and looking at the for and against and all that sort of stuff as well. It's a tough one. But
and look, I think something that we do ourselves talk about a lot here is that putting the draw together, getting these teams to be able to play each other is an increasingly difficult task for anybody. So none of us are envious of the task that's ahead of them. So if this is the decision that they've made and they feel that this is the fairest, then I'm pretty happy with that, to allow these girls another chance to get in and Joondalup to say, yep, we deserve to be in the top four anyway. So
well, look, at the end of the day, boys, it's the decision's been made. Realistically, it's out of anybody's power. If the governing body wants to do it this way, then guess what? You either like it or lump it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, neither of these clubs are going to turn around and go, "Oh, stuff you, we're not going to play," because why would you do that and ruin a shot at the finals? So look, the game's going to go on. We'll wait to see the results of that. But I know it says you here, Sweeney, but I'm just going to quickly polish this off. So obviously we are going to have a qualifying final. We know what that is. That is locked in. That will be for the Women's League Tag. The qualifying final will be South Perth versus Ellenbrook. South Perth minor premiers, so well done to them.
Yep.
And obviously the winner of that will go straight through to the grand final. Now, just a little bit of flavour behind it in the history of this season. In round 5, South Perth had a 40-4 victory over Ellenbrook. That was at Franklin Offshore, so a neutral venue. And then in round 13, these two sides met again, and Ellenbrook this time came away with a 14-8 victory, and that was at Treeby Community Sports Centre, so Fremantle's home ground, and obviously another neutral venue. So I'm not entirely sure where
that game will be at South Perth. All the qualifying finals will be at South Perth.
Fantastic. And for the first time, these two teams
all the elimination
will meet.
Finals are at Treeby.
The first time that these two sides will meet, Ellenbrook and South Perth, at one of their home grounds. So that makes things a little bit interesting. And obviously the elimination final, as we just touched on, it'll be North Beach. They're solidified third, and they will play the winner of either Joondalup or the winner of out of Joondalup v Kwinana on Wednesday night. And Beer Triks, you said that is at Treeby?
Treeby, yep, correct. And both of those league tag games will kick off at 11:30 a.m. But yeah, just looking at that, the real winner out of all this has got to be North Beach. Sitting there.
Yeah, chilling.
Just elimination final.
Joondalup and Kwinana run their tyres a little bit longer.
Yeah, hope they have a really tough game. And yeah, I mean, with this weather that Perth's turning on, there could be some heavy legs coming at full time on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll have to move on. I think we've gibbered enough there. So, third grade, what do we got?
Third grade in the qualifying final, South Perth finished first, Ellenbrook second. So this is another home game for the South Perth team. History throughout the year, they met in round 11, and Ellenbrook had a 14 points to 12 victory over South Perth. And in the elimination final, we have North Beach, who finished third, take on Willagee, who finished fourth. History through the year, round 1, North Beach won 18-16 over Willagee, and in round 10, Willagee had a thumping victory, 42-0 over North Beach, and both of those games were held at Weber Reserve. And the third grade games. Sorry, I'll just get that back up, boys, if you just want to gibber on there for a second.
Oh, what are you looking for times?
12:40.
Was it
12:40.
I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, mate.
Yep, they kick off at the third grade games kick off at 12:40 p.m.
There we go. Fantastic.
Awesome. So moving on to the Val Murphy qualifying final, we'll see Ellenbrook, who were minor premiers, taking on North Beach. The 2025 history for these two was round 10, where Ellenbrook got over North Beach 34-12. The elimination final sees Alkimos in third versus Fremantle in fourth. The history for this was round 2, Fremantle getting the win over Alkimos 26-22, and that was at Treeby Community Sports Centre. And then round 17, Fremantle also getting another victory 20-18 at Heath Park. So Fremantle's won both of the fixtures during the year. They'll probably be keeping an eye on that going into this elimination final.
Couple close games there.
Yeah.
Some very close games, so it should be a tough, tight contest.
Again, with the weather
Saturday.
that's coming, so
in the normal kick-off time at 2 p.m. for Val Murphy.
Thank you.
Oh,
Cool.
Yep, and that's me. In the women's premiership, in the qualifying final, we had Ellenbrook finishing first, Fremantle second, and these games are played at Ellenbrook. They're played at Charlotte's Vineyard Pavilion, and this first game will be played at 6:40 p.m. Through the year, round 3, Ellenbrook played Fremantle and had a 16-10 victory over Fremantle. Ellenbrook in round 7 won 22-0 over Fremantle, and in round 12, Ellenbrook won 20-12 over Fremantle. And obviously, Fremantle have not beaten Ellenbrook at all this year at a neutral venue at home or at Ellenbrook's home ground. So, not good reading for Fremantle in that game, but finals footy is a different beast, so we'll wait and see what happens. And in the elimination final, we have Willagee, who finished third, playing Joondalup, who finished fourth. 2025 history, round 3, Willagee 28 over Joondalup 8. Round 7, Willagee 14 over Joondalup 10. And round 12, Willagee 16 over Joondalup 12. Willagee winning all those games this year. And that game is that is the live stream NRL Pathways game, and that is at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. So
Yeah,
that one's
cool.
the live stream game.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. Usually the elimination games, I think you'll find, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think you'll find that in the Men's Premiership, the elimination final will be the streamed game also.
I mean, last chance for one of these clubs to get their skills on. I was going to say TV, but it's what is it? It's YouTube.
Yeah.
You can get YouTube on your TV, so you won't.
Hey, I live in a cave. I'm the bear for a reason. Moving on, men's premiership, Sweeney. What have you got?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say. I mean, just looking at that, Ellenbrook have been completely dominant, and so more or less of Willagee. That it's going to be a very interesting final series for those three teams, especially. Moving on, men's premiership. So our qualifying final, which will kick off at 3:30 p.m. at George Burnett Park, will feature South Perth. Congratulations, boys, for finishing minor premiers this year, versus North Beach. Throughout the year, these two teams met in round 4, with South Perth getting the win 32-18 at George Burnett Park. Then in round 11, North Beach got the win 44-6 at Blue Force Park. Then round 15, North Beach again getting up 18-14 at Blue Force Park. Just a little side note here. The home side has always won this fixture this year. The qualifying final is played at George Burnett, so history maybe suggests that this is a bit of a hoodoo for Beach.
Well, just before you move on to the elimination final there, Sweeney, I'm glad that I'm looking at this run sheet, and I'm seeing after the first game, it says GBP, and I'm like, I have no idea what that is. So I'm glad that you knew that stood for George Burnett Park.
It took a second as well.
I'm looking at it like, I've got no idea what's going on here.
So I'm curious if this hoodoo is going to play through and have an effect on that game for North Beach versus South Perth. The elimination final, which is also kicking off at 3:30, And as what Beer Triks just said, it will probably be the live stream game.
Game.
This one will be taking place at Treeby Community and Sports Centre, and that sees Fremantle in third versus Willagee in fourth. So the history for these two teams this year, they first met in round 5, with Willagee getting the win 26-20 at Treeby. The round 9 saw Willagee beat Fremantle 30-4. That was at Weber Reserve. And round 16 saw Fremantle 36-34, also at Weber Reserve. These guys have been going sort of back and forth with each other all year. I'm very excited to see this particular game in the finals. So I'm almost a little bit disappointed that one has to lose here and not go through, because I think these guys would make a really, really good grand final.
I'll tell you what, the governing body's got to be stoked, right? The way that this round 1 of finals is lined up, you got North Beach, South Perth in one game.
That's like a traditional
and you've got
North Beach, South
Fremantle, Willagee.
Just these great rivals.
That's another little geographic one. They're only a stone's throw from each other.
Exactly.
Not far. So, I mean, if you wanted to get the crowds back to footy, these are the two games.
Oh, definitely.
Well, let's fingers crossed, toes crossed, and everything else crossed that the weather holds up so that it is an enjoyable weekend for spectators. But boys, before we crack into the juniors, which I believe, if I have read ahead properly, that is next on the agenda.
Yep.
But I just want to, off the top of my head, because you guys run by a very strict run sheet. I'm used to working with Wombat, and we just dribble whatever we want. So,
I've been lucky to go on coaching for the couch once or twice before, and it is very loose. Very, very loose.
So quickly, boys, we won't do the elimination final or the playoff game, but for the qualifying final in Women's League Tag, just give me a quick little early feeling tip between South Perth and Ellenbrook. Which way do you reckon this one's going to lean out?
Beer Triks?
I know I put you on the spot. I know it's not on the sheet. I'm sorry.
I think South Perth. I think, having the home ground advantage, I think that's a big one.
From my understanding, more than a few of the tackle ladies play league tag as well, and they've been so dominant all year. So I do see that this, again, finals are a different beast. Ellenbrook will probably get the win here.
Fair enough. Let's bugger it. Let's do the whole lot. Third grade, South Perth, Ellenbrook again, qualifying final. Quick tip, boys. Come on, which way are we leaning?
Oh, this one's a tough one.
I'll talk me through it. What are you thinking? Talk me through it.
I get South Perth.
Blake's wearing Rabbitoh shorts.
Hey, we can't fault him for bad taste.
Just that pure-hearted optimism.
I mean, I may be a bit sour. The Bunnies did dust my Eels over the weekend. But anyway, come on, boys. Local stuff.
I've got Ellenbrook.
Ellenbrook?
I think Ellenbrook will get up.
Comfortably?
Nah, much like the round 11 fixture, I think it'll only be a couple points.
Nice tight one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to copy Beatrix's homework on this one. Again, I think it's Ellenbrook, and it's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Rightio. So the elimination final, North Beach v Willagee. And where was this one now? This is at Treeby?
Yep.
So neutral venue. Beach have got to travel a fair bit down the highway. Willagee probably just hop, skip and a jump across the freeway.
I think it'll be a big day for Willagee. They'll have a big crowd there, so I'm going to go with the Bears.
Fair enough.
I've got to stop letting Beatrix go first. I'm going to go with the Bears. Being on the receiving end of a few of their tackles this year, the Bears will come hard. They'll come strong. They're a tough, aggressive side, and I think they're going to bring that type of intensity again to this game. So.
Well, a bit of intensity hopefully kicks up a gear being finals. It all means that little bit more. In the Val Murphy Trophy, Ellenbrook and North Beach are the qualifying final. Where's your tip here, boys? Again, neutral venue. Two northern clubs coming down south to play.
No, bloody North Beach was so dominant all year until the last 5 or 6 rounds, and then they sort of just fell off a cliff. They were undefeated up to a certain point.
I think so.
I think one of you boys had a hand in cursing that undefeated streak. Did you not?
I think so.
He who's not here.
Hawks.
Here he is.
But I think North Beach will bounce back. I think they'll get a few players in, and I think that they'll be a different team come finals footy.
Fair enough. Sweeney, Ellenbrook, North Beach.
Yeah, look, I'll go with Ellenbrook. Similar sort of thing with what Beer Triks is saying. Ellenbrook kind of struggled in this Val Murphy to kind of click together in the first little while. They were throwing a few different combos together, but in the last 4 or 5 weeks, they've absolutely brought it together. You watch them play, you can see that they believe in what they're doing, so I'm going to go with Ellenbrook on that one.
Fantastic. And then the elimination is Alkimos v Fremantle. Obviously, this is at Treeby, so Fremantle get the home ground advantage. And as you boys mentioned before, they actually haven't lost to Alkimos this year yet. But
Yes.
I'm not saying they will. Sorry,
yeah.
slip of the tongue. I'm not saying they will, but hey, finals is a different beast, as we know.
Yeah.
Which way are we leaning here? Go on, Sweeney, get in first. Quick.
I'm going to go with Alkimos on this one.
Oi,
Yeah,
going for the big travelling Tigers to knock off the Roosters at home.
Alkimos will bring it.
Fremantle at home. They only played each other last week, so Fremantle have to get a lot of confidence out of that.
Yeah, fantastic. So split difference there, and then in the women's premiership, which is now I've missed it. It's not on our notes. That's the Friday night. The women play. Okay, fair enough. And they're both games up at Ellenbrook.
Both games are at Ellenbrook.
Fantastic. So Ellenbrook first against Fremantle. Obviously, Ellenbrook have the home field advantage and the winning record throughout the year as well. So are we sticking with the favourites?
It's kind of hard to go past them, to be honest. They've been really dominant the whole year, and they've not really looked like they've been slowing down too much. So I'd have to go with them.
Yeah, you got to go Ellenbrook. They've been the dominant team all year, and they just seem to be getting better and better.
Fantastic. And then Willagee Joondalup is the elimination final, also up there. So Willagee got a fair hike. Joondalup is just across the street again. Which way are we leaning here, boys? Whoa, look at those stats. Willagee haven't lost to Joondalup this year.
No, they haven't lost to Joondalup this year, but Joondalup have gotten closer and closer each game.
Yeah,
you can see that too.
But I think Willagee will get over them there, setting up a juicy prelim against Fremantle.
Yeah,
get that rivalry going again.
Tipping for the TV schedule. All right, and the men's premiership was South Perth, North Beach, so the genuine North v South rivalry. South Perth have the home ground advantage, as you mentioned earlier in the show as well. The home team has won this fixture throughout the season. What do we reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lions. I have to go with the
South
Lions.
Perth have been form team all year. At the back end of the year. They
year.
Started off the year great, had a lull in the middle, and then North Beach were the best team, and then South Perth have really made a statement again lately, but only go to North Beach.
Well, I'll give North Beach a little bit of hope here because Morgs isn't on the show to tip them. So they're not going to be cursed. And then we have the elimination final, Fremantle-Willagee. Again, that local geographic rivalry. And Willagee have been the dominant force throughout the year. With the last game they got, Fremantle got over them by 2 points. So which way we're leaning here, boys? I think, Sweeney, you've got to go to the Bears, aren't you?
Yeah, never count out the G. Never count out the G.
I'd love to see the Bears win, but I think Fremantle at home, all that experience they got in their team, I think Fremantle will get up.
Fantastic. And
historically, Fremantle do turn it on at finals times, don't they? Like they just do. The talent they've got in there, the experience of these big games is there. I mean, I'm going for the Bears, but it'd be difficult to kind of go past Fremantle, but. Yeah, the optimist in me is going for the Bears.
Well, no matter which way you slice it, there is a cracking round of senior finals coming up this weekend. And, once the senior finals are done, we've got Sunday, junior finals. Here we go. Now, junior finals, have we got grounds for these boys?
They're at Heath Park in Alkimos.
Yes. All of them?
All of them.
All games are at Heath Park, Alkimos. Fantastic. So let's kick it off with the girls' league tag, Sweeney.
Yeah, so the preliminary final for the girls' league tag will be Fremantle versus South Perth. Some of the history for this year have round 3, when they first met, Fremantle 28 over South Perth 6 at... now I've forgotten what GBP means. George Burnett Park. I was there. It was half a second there. Then in round 12, Fremantle 8 over South Perth 4, and that was at Treeby. So this looks like the away team has won both the fixtures.
Now, that's an unusual stat. that the away team wins the game.
Yeah, that
throughout
is
the year.
throughout the year. Yeah. So again, junior finals get down. Beer Triks.
Girls League Tag kicks off at 10 a.m. And the 13s boys, which kicks off at 11 a.m., sees Rockingham taking on Ellenbrook. The 2025 history for the year. They met in round 6. Rockingham had a 26-14 win over Ellenbrook, and in round 9, Ellenbrook turned the tables and had a 24-16 victory over the Sharks. This should be an interesting contest. Both teams have won at home. They haven't played at a neutral venue, so yeah, it's going to be a tough one to pick.
14's girls.
14's girls. So the preliminary final will have Fremantle taking on Kwinana. History for this season for these two teams: they first met in round 8, with Fremantle getting the win 36-20. That was at Treeby. The round 13 fixture was a forfeit by Kwinana. Is that right? Not sure.
No.
So there was a forfeit for that fixture. That would have also taken place at Treeby. The kickoff for that, Beatrice?
Kickoff is at 12:10.
Beautiful.
Thanks, mate.
And then we move on to the under 14s boys. See, hey, I read it. I'm on time. 14s boys, the prelim final. Kalamunda up against Ellenbrook. And throughout the year, Kalamunda in round 2 got a 18-16 victory at Ellenbrook's home ground up in Charlotte's Vineyard. And then in round 10, there was a forfeit between these two teams, which would have been held at Kalamunda's home ground. So not sure what the go is there, but that's your under 14s boys prelim. Kalamunda v Ellenbrook, and kickoff time, Beatrice,
They kick off at 1:20.
20 past 1:20. Alrighty, moving on. 15s boys.
Yeah, so this prelim will see Willagee taking on Kalamunda. History for these two teams: round 6 was their first meeting and their only meeting at Hartfield Park, with Willagee getting the win 36-20. The kickoff time will be
This is at 2:30 p.m.
2:30.
Alrighty, and then to bring it on home, we have the 17s boys. Beatrix, what we got?
The 17s boys, they kick off at 3:40 p.m. We have Ellenbrook taking on Alkimos. They were scheduled to play each other twice this year. Round 3 was a washout game, and round 9 was a forfeit. So
Yeah, that's okay. So these two sides have not met yet this year, but they meet in a prelim final.
yeah, so
Excellent.
I'll tell you what,
That's going to be a very interesting game.
call the newspaper, because I don't know where that's if you're ever going to get that sort of storyline again. They haven't played each other throughout the year, but they're going to meet in a prelim. Fantastic.
it's that's quite funny. Both of those games were scheduled to be home games for Ellenbrook, and now they finally meet each other, and it's at Alkimos' home ground.
Oh, how the rugby league gods work. Who knows? All right, so boys, just quickly, we're not going to put any pressure on the kids, but in highlighting players or anything. But what do you reckon will be the standout prelim final this weekend out of all the juniors? Again, boys, I've thrown you.
Dropped us right in
It's
it,
a question
haven't you?
without notice. This is what Wombat and I do. We fly off the top of our heads.
Having not really watched any of the other ones, only really seen the 14s boys, I think that will be a good game of footy. Kalamunda versus Ellenbrook. Two big forward packs, so especially with the weather we're expecting on the weekend, it'll be a good biff and barge in the middle of the paddock. So whichever team can win that battle.
14 boys for Beatrix.
Yep.
Sweeney, which way are you leaning?
17s, boys. What a
17s.
story.
Yeah.
What a story. Not meeting at all, not having the opportunity to through washout and forfeit, and then meeting in this prelim to then the winner takes on their minor premier.
Yeah,
And,
the Rockingham Sharks.
Yeah, so that's got to be the game for me.
Mate, that's a story that Buzz Rothfield would love. Anyway, boys, just before we move on from the local footy, the junior finals, we do have to sort of do our part, and we are a community game. So, yes, finals, things get intense, and the pressure is a lot more, and, you know, sometimes a slip of the tongue, or there may be some actions that you probably wouldn't normally do throughout the year, but somehow they slip out at finals time. So just a gentle reminder to everyone involved, spectators, trainers, coaches, players as well, but we're going to address the adults in this and let the coaches and trainers address the kids. So addressing all adults that rock up to these junior, not only the junior finals, but the senior finals as well. All the team staff, I'm pretty sure they have either painted or roped off boxes that the bench and their staff are meant to stay in. Now, they're there for a reason. It's so that, we don't have any sideline scuffles, or we don't have people running in the way of touch judges and officials and all that sort of stuff. It's also so that the other officials can see that your team where they are. So another one to that is trainers not to camp on the sideline to obstruct touch judges. Now, this is hard. Trust me, I've filled the role of a yellow and blue shirt and an orange shirt before. This is so hard because you are so focused on what is going on in the field.
Yep.
And in your mind, you're like, well, I'm not on the field, I'm doing the right thing. But hey, there's another lane there that those touchies can come flying down. And to be honest, if they bail you over, you're in the wrong.
That's right, yeah.
So trainers, get back to your box once you've done your duties. And coaches and trainers as well, be mindful of your language. And this is probably primarily around the junior participants and the families. Like, we don't need the foul language or anything like that. Like, you guys are the role models for these kids, and if they see the coach and the trainer going off chops, well, then that's probably going to encourage the kids on field to go be that little bit more verbal and aggressive that probably isn't needed. So again, coaches, trainers, you are the role models. You are controlling the feeling of these days.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it at 80%. And then obviously the biggest one is everyone involved. We've got to respect the referees. Now, I'm not saying that our referees are golden and perfect and should be up on a pedestal. Absolutely not. But without them, you are not getting the game of football that you have either come to play in, coach, or participate in, or even watch. So respect your referees. They won't always get it right. But I'm yet to see in my lifetime, at any level, grassroots through to the professional NRL, I've never seen a team have a perfect game where they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, correct.
So therefore, if your team's going to make a mistake, well, guess what? Unfortunately, the referee's going to make a mistake. It's just human nature.
Yeah.
So no referee abuse, and this is coming from anyone, and especially spectators. Just because you're in a crowd, don't think you can hide, because I'm pretty sure the governing body will have their spotters, and all the officials will have their spotters in the crowd to earmark people that are, doing the wrong thing. But other than that, boys,
just on that last point, I was down there for quite a few of the games last Sunday at the junior games, and there was quite a few refereeing decisions that probably weren't correct. But everyone was really respectful. There was no blow-ups. Yeah, there was a few comments on the sideline of people disagreeing with the decisions, but there was no yelling out abuse at the officials. So well done to all the parents and the spectators on the sideline, but especially to the kids, especially the kids that were disadvantaged by decisions that probably weren't correct. None of them went up there and abused the referee. No one swore on the field. No one stormed off backwards, swearing, carrying on under their breath or whatever. Everyone was completely respectful and they just played the game. So yeah, well done to everyone that was there last
absolutely
Sunday.
We're not putting this out saying that bad things happen. It's just a gentle reminder, as things start getting a little bit hotter under the collar, as we get deeper into the final series, it's just that little reminder, guys, that we are a community game and we're all doing it for the love of it. And
that's why I wanted to highlight that, because everyone was it was so good to see last week.
Oh, absolutely. And
that, when games are, as you've seen the results, a lot of them were tight games, and they could have been the difference. But no one took it out on the refs. Like, everyone makes mistakes.
Absolutely. And so we've got all junior prelim finals at Heath Park, Alkimos.
Yep.
And all qualifying finals for the seniors are at
George Burnett
Park,
GBP.
and all elimination finals are at Treeby Community and Sports Centres.
Correct.
And the two women's tackle games finals are at
Shards Vineyard Pavilion.
There we go.
Unfortunately, Morgan's not here to give us a word salad on that one.
Well, boys, boys, if you've got nothing else, I think that just about does it. Unless you boys have got any last minute thoughts.
Just get down if you can. If you can brave crappy weather, please do so. Support the kids, support the clubs. get amongst it for the junior footy.
Get down and watch footy while you can, because
Couple of weeks time, it's all over. Anyway, guys, until next time, remember, train hard, be kind, and love rugby league.